When a new shepherd like Duke comes in, you just never know what you're in for. There was nothing during this interview that told us we were receiving a very special shepherd, and yet we were fixing to find out indeed a very special shepherd is now in our pack. How you doing? I'm glad I opened up the bigger cage. How you doing?
So we've been calling him sit.
How you doing, big guy?
So he does know sit.
Okay.
Sit. He knows leave it for his food, to leave it alone until you're ready to feed him or whatever. That's what I've trained him.
You put the food bowl down on the ground.
I just say leave it,
Remember, she said that later on.
and then he leaves it alone.
You need to do that.
Okay.
You put a toy down and tell
Yeah.
him to leave it. You can
That's
walk
what we've
off and
trained
he'll
him.
watch you.
You guys are hired. You got to move down here.
This is the two beds that we had for our Shih Tzu when she'd been spayed. The vet told us to get bigger beds, so y'all are welcome to them. This is the rest of the dog food. I had him on Purina 1.
Okay.
Okay.
So large puppy is, which that should be enough.
We
to
can
get
use
y'all.
that to change them over.
Yes, absolutely.
That is awesome.
Absolutely.
That is awesome. Wow.
So tell us, how did you meet him?
He just showed up. He was
He's on the front porch.
yeah. He was in the neighborhood. We've seen him, coming and going when he'd go to work because he
He was new to the neighborhood.
yeah.
We
Okay.
hadn't seen him before.
Right. And then
When we knew he was somebody let him out, he was lost, but he didn't have no collar on.
Right.
So we went out one day, and he just laid on the front porch.
and the neighbors had, I guess one neighbor had gotten him and was going to try to find, and he escaped his vehicle. And then
Okay.
that's just what we've
So
done.
we put flyers
So-
up in the
Wow.
grocery stores and everything,
I mean, hey, look, this,
Well, how long did you have him for?
this is almost 3 weeks.
That makes you his owner as far as I'm concerned.
But
Yeah.
So,
limited
okay.
any treats because we didn't want him to.
How much you feeding him? How much?
I was giving him 3 cups because you
A
could
day?
see his ribs. No, I was giving 3 in the
Three and
morning. 3 and 3. Yeah.
I'm thinking, yeah, it's probably.
I mean, that was just a fact.
Well, he's used to it.
Yeah, because he was
Like,
he's
Right,
thin
right.
now, but he was really, really thin.
you could
Yeah.
see his bones. Like, his
Well,
ribs.
if you did that much in 3 weeks, you did good.
It's,
It's okay,
I
big guy.
tried.
I know you don't know what
did
the hell's
awesome.
tickling
I
you, right?
wanted to get him into Seresto. We had to because we had the other animals. The cats, he tried to play with them. And I mean, it's just when they started running and hissing and spitting, he did start
Yeah.
getting a little bit aggressive. But outside of that,
He's a puppy. He's
Yeah.
a puppy.
Yeah.
Well, that's the entire interview summed up. And yet we just took in a very special puppy into Misfit Acres and didn't even know it. Sit down, big guy. Sit down. No, sit. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Good boy.
You put a toy down and tell
Yeah.
him to leave it. You can
That's
walk
what we've
off and
trained him.
he'll watch you.
The first night Duke was here, I walked into his room, opened his crate, and put his food down. He looked at me and said nothing. I came back 15 minutes later and saw no food had been touched. I said, "What's wrong? Aren't you going to eat?" Duke stood up and started eating. I never gave him the release to eat. If you or somebody you know works with service animals, we believe we have a very special shepherd here. Wait till you see what Roxanne does with him next week.